everybody out there, though, throwing it out there. I hope you have a good time tonight. I hope you have a great time this weekend. But of course, even though it's Friday and it's the weekend, there's not much, you think that, Hollywood shut down. There's still everybody. At the end of the day, there's still a lot of breaking news. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about tonight is, well, everyone's talking about Christmas, talking about the holidays. I want to talk about New Year's Eve for a second because Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve has been picked up again. Ryan Seacrest is coming back for 5 more years. 5 more years, everybody. And of course, it's run through January 1st, 2029. He's been hosting this for a while. Of course, Dick Clark passed away a long time ago, but for more than 30 years, it's been the #1 New Year's Eve program special of them all. So why would you stop something like that? Because it's doing so fantastic. And Ryan Seacrest, that man can't stop working. He's working all the time. He's got a million jobs, I tell you. But if you're going on New Year's Eve, I just gotta say, be careful, have a good time. If you're having a few drinks, please don't drive, because you might end up like Tiffany Haddish, who got a DUI just back in November. You don't want DUIs. You don't want DUIs. Come on, just chill out, hang out at home. But her DUI is going into court, and she actually pleaded not guilty for this. Not guilty to this DUI. No, she's going over 2 accounts, 2 misdemeanor accounts she's down for. LA County District Attorney's Office brought these charges against her, and she was arrested in Beverly Hills, and she already had a DUI back in Georgia, just not this last year, and they were saying you can't, have alcohol. They're talking about doing like random breathalyzers. They're talking about random drug tests, especially now because of this, and she's like, no, I'm not guilty of this, even though she was found in her car, drunk, sleeping in the driver's seat with the car running. So I don't know how that's not guilty.
That's called drunk driving.
That's called drunk driving. Yes. So if you if you find yourself in that situation, I don't know how you plead not guilty, but she did. She really did. But, it's the Christmas season, though, everybody. You think about full houses and being with your family and friends, and Fuller House is dealing with another lawsuit itself because one of the producers actually is suing the company. Now, he's been trying to sue them for a year under unlawful termination from his contract. Now, this is a crazy thing that came. Now, he actually lost his case, but this guy Franklin, he came forward and he was like, I was working the program, and the other producer, Brian Bihar, why butcher names? Brian Bihar fired me unlawfully. He was saying that, yeah, I'm right, fuck Lexi, but Bihar was actually saying that he was saying all these things on set that were inappropriate, and so they terminated from his contract. Now he came down and he said, well, I had this whole clause called the anti-slap motion, which allows me to speak what I say on set as freedom of speech. So he got, he's going back to court again. He's trying to go back to court again for an appeal based off this information, and now Bihar came forward and tried to settle him. He's shutting it down, and they actually settled outside of court because Bihar didn't want this to go any further. Now he at this point in time, he doesn't even care about the money. He's just trying to get his court charges and all the lawyer charges taken care of. But he actually saying he needs $815,000 for those charges. So they're going back and forth like that's way too much money. But I guess instead of going back to court again, they decided let's not do that. Let's just shut this down and let's not let this happen. And they settled out of court. So of course they're going to do that. Lawsuits suck. They do suck. But you speak about the holiday season though. On top of that, everybody, I got to talk about one thing. In holiday season, what are we talking about? Talk about Home Alone all the time, right? Home Alone is everywhere. Everyone's raving about it. And Rob Schneider's back in the news talking about Home Alone 2, saying it is a superior Home Alone movie. Now, of course, he was in it, so that's what he's going to say. Yes, right? He's saying it's because Home Alone 1 just has a family who doesn't know how to take care of their children. But Home Alone 2, it's totally different, he says. What
are you talking about? It's the same plot.
I know. Well, he says it's a movie about a child's integrity and learning and growing and developing into a person, but also it's about, how a family can't keep track of their children. But, overall, he's saying that it's a better, superior movie. And it's kind of controversial because everyone loves Home Alone. Say in the chat, would you like better? Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, what's your favorite? That's the question because I go back. GR says,
I agree.
I kind of like Home Alone 2 more. Maybe I'm controversial. I just love New York. I love New York at the Christmas time. It's amazing. I think they do a great job. So we all know that this whole is about some
Drunk Friday is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Home Alone is my favorite.
Controversial. I fucking hate Home Alone.
It's a great movie. Everyone loves Home Alone. It's amazing. It's amazing.
No,
it really is.
I don't.
But you don't like Home Alone? We're going to talk about that in a second. So we're going to talk about that. But we all know that Home Alone has 2 villains kicking ass trying to break into houses, and they have a lot of cruel intentions. And that leads me to Cruel Intentions coming to Amazon. And if you love the movie, you're getting a series now moving forward. And Cruel Intentions are doing 8 episodes on Amazon. They've been talking about it for a while. They picked it up back in April of last year. And the idea was, okay, well, where they was going back and forth, where's it going to go? Amazon picked it up. They said, we're going to put it on Freevee, Amazon Prime. It's going to be on Prime. And Sarah Catherine Hook, friend of the show, she was in the Valley, is leading the cast in this, which is amazing. She plays Cindy Lou Who, if you watch the show, sings this whole song, I've been waiting, episode 5 of The Valley. So if you watch episode 5, you'll see her in there. Fantastic woman. She's fantastic. She was much younger back there, but she's leading the cast for Cruel Intentions, and I'm excited to see it for her performance, let alone everybody else. I'm not a big fan of Cruel Intentions, but hopefully it does well. But they've been trying to make this for a while, and you know what? It's moving forward, but something that's ending is Minx, everybody. And if you were a fan of Minx, they've been trying so hard to keep this going. Jake Johnson, actor, producer, he took it from HBO Max or Max over to Stars, and they were hoping to keep moving forward over there, but then what we have the strike. And then all of a sudden, like, the movie says from HBO to Stars, and now with the strike, he says he just thinks it's dead in the water. He had long hair. He cut it all off. And he's like, if anything shows you that the show is probably done, it's that my hair is gone. So, and I get that. But also, like, you never know in Hollywood. They might find someplace else. But he's pretty sure they're not going to do it anymore. He said he really loved the cast and the crew and the writers. It was a great group, but he just doesn't know what's going to happen. But if you love Minx, sounds like you're only going to have 2 seasons. And that's it, unfortunately. But something else they've been trying to do for a long time is The Rocketeer and The Rocketeer 2. Yes, Rocketeer 2 it is. Not a reboot, but 2. What kind of a reboot? It's still moving forward. I'm going to butcher this name, everybody. I'm going to butcher his name. It's going to happen. But David Oyola is moving forward, and he's actually acting in it. He's been trying to make this happen for a long time. He's a great actor. He really is. He was actually moving forward, talking about what's happening with the program. They are writing it still, but they're waiting for it to be the best script ever. He says it's a beloved franchise, and he wants to come with the goods. He wants it to be great. He goes, he's committed to it, but it's got to be great, and we will not rest until it is. We will not make Rocketeer 2 until it takes place that way. So, and if you're wondering what it's going to be, it takes place in the war times, of course, World War II after that time, and a unit of Black Army Air Force pilots who served in World War II are fighting it out, and he actually finds and comes into possession of the Rocketeer suit and then becomes the new Rocketeer. So not much information beyond that, but hopefully it's going to love Rocketeer 1. It's one of my favorite things. So please do it justice. If you're going to do it, make it right. And I'm already like, fuck this movie in a lot of ways. But I'm also like, that's just my little child gets mad because you're messing with my inner childhood. Happens to all of us geeks out there, just what it is. It could probably be fantastic, and I'm gonna check it out, and I can't wait to see what they do with it because I do.
You're right, Todd. VR.
It's Christmas time, GR. Inner child.
No, I said Tide VR said we're underrated.
Underrated. Thank you so much. Rocketeer, after all these years. Yes, Queen, after all these years. And thank you. Hard pass, Peps, man. You would watch this. I tell you, Peppy, don't be cocky tonight. It's Christmas. You want those Christmas treats? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so the Rocketeer moving forward, and I'm excited about it. I'm also excited about I will also put it out there. I'm excited for Aquaman 2, but it's going to bomb. We know it's going to bomb. Opening numbers came up. Thursday previews, $4.5 million. The Flash. We know how bad that was one of the worst movies ever. It made $9.7 million its opening night. Doesn't sound too good. Aquaman 1 made $9 million overall. The whole weekend they're predicting 40 million, and Aquaman 1 just in its first day made $28 million, and it made $1 billion. And they didn't even have a preview or any kind of like premiere for this either. They didn't do anything, just PR, and they threw it right to theaters. They didn't actually have any kind of opening reviews until 24 hours before the movie came out. Means that Warner Brothers thought this was going to bomb, and it's very unfortunate because Jason Momoa, I think, is a great Aquaman, and he's going to be gone. But you know, James Gunn has a lot to decide upon. He does, and he's figuring it out with Superman and also Creature Commandos, which he finally gave us a release date for this. Well, a rough release date. Coming out late 2024. So what's that going to be? Maybe the fall. Hopefully before that. We'll see. But it's also an interesting premise. Again, it's the very first one for his new phase. Weird to come out with an animation project for Max, but he's doing it. It's happening. I hope it's good. It could be great, Lexi. It looks good. You got a great cast. David Harbour in here. You got Frank Grillo in here. You got Angel Barma in here. You got Barbara Bachelot in here. You got a lot of good people. Alan Tudyk, one of my favorite like comedic actors out there, comedy and character actors. He's fantastic. Rogue One, he killed it in that shit. He kills in everything, but he was great in Titans too. Not Titans. In Doom
It's
Patrol.
Animated too, right?
It's animated. Yep, it's animated.
Yeah,
here's your look for the animated cast. No confidence in Aquaman. WB had no confidence, Queen. But this looks good. They have confidence in James Gunn, even though we're talking about a lot about Warner Brothers later because a lot is happening there too. But yeah, they have confidence. And of course, there's all like James Gunn trying to figure it out. Of course, there is more stuff happening with Batman and James Gunn's Batman. But Matt Reeves' Batman, Robert Pattinson, is apparently not going to be James Gunn's Batman, but we're doing an Arkham Asylum with him. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but Robert Pattinson's getting married, everybody. I know that. He's getting married. The engagement's on. He's already, his girlfriend's already having a baby. Here to celebrate. They talked about it last month. He's super excited. And I hope the best for him. Pattinson himself. Hopefully it's a great time.
Picture, Brian.
Yeah, right. He always looks like that, GR. It looks like he just smelled like the worst fart ever, and he's trying to find out who did it. That's what he looks like. He's like, I know you're out there somewhere, guys. I know it. That's Pattinson for you right there. But you know what? Good for him. I'm happy for him. But I tell you, we didn't need Batman to come to Disneyland, but Disneyland did have, they had a big thing go down just recently, and everyone's like, what's going on at Disneyland? Well, they had apparently a false shooting. There was a hoax. We didn't need Batman for that because it was a hoax. It went down at a hotel in Disneyland. They actually shut down a whole branch of Disneyland because of it, of the Disneyland Hotel. And the cops came in and said, there's nothing happening. It was actually the Fantasy Tower this went down at. So they evacuated it, and the Disneyland officials said nothing happened. So I don't know what happened. It's been a prank call, but we didn't need Batman, or we didn't need Mickey Mouse to save us, but we do need a lot of breaking news. And that was a lot of breaking news, everybody. Thank you so much for that. So awesome. A lot of breaking news. A lot of freaking breaking news.
Yo, player. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.